Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into part 1 of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. In this session, we're going to explore the 10 rules for living a rich life, what it truly means to be rich versus simply appearing rich, and how our psychology, habits, and excuses often hold us back from achieving financial freedom. We'll also uncover why money and food are more alike than you might imagine, why most people don't manage their finances effectively, and how to finally take control of your financial life once and for all. So, let's begin this journey together toward creating your own rich life. A rich life doesn't mean having unlimited money. It means being able to spend extravagantly on the things you love while cutting costs mercilessly on the things you don't see. Think about it. Maybe you love traveling or collecting vinyl records or hosting big family dinners. That's where your money should flow freely. But when it comes to the things you couldn't care less about, like a gym membership you never use or expensive cable packages you never watch, that's where you slash costs without mercy. The beauty of this approach is that it's personalized. Your version of a rich life looks different from mine, and that's the point. Speaking of what really makes the difference, let's move to the next idea. The big wins. Big wins are those 5 to 10 actions that deliver huge results compared to small sacrifices. For example, automating your savings, investing regularly, finding a job you love, or negotiating your salary. Imagine getting a $5,000 raise. One conversation could be worth more than a lifetime of skipping coffee. That's why the goal isn't to count pennies. It's to make big, meaningful moves. Once you master the big wins, you can buy as many lattes as you like without guilt. And when those savings and investments are running on autopilot, life becomes smoother and much less stressful. Now about those investments, here's something most people don't expect. Investing should be boring. That's right, boring but profitable. The excitement should not come from checking your portfolio every day, but from knowing it is quietly working for you in the background. Personally, I get more joy eating tacos than looking at stock returns, and that's exactly how it should be. Real wealth builds slowly and steadily, not through flashy trades or constant market watching. Once you accept that, your next realization will come naturally. There's a limit to how much you can cut, but no limit to how much you can earn. You see, 2 people can buy the same loaf of bread, but their earning potential might differ tenfold. While controlling spending is wise, obsessing over every coupon won't make you rich. The real magic happens when you increase your income, because earning more multiplies your options. That might mean upgrading your skills, taking a side project, or starting a business. It's all about expanding your financial reach. But once you start that journey, get ready. Your friends and family will have opinions. When you begin taking control of your finances, everyone suddenly becomes an expert. You'll hear advice like, you should buy this stock, or real estate is the only safe bet. Listen politely, smile, and then stick to your plan. Remember, most people mean well, but few actually follow through on their own advice. So stay the course. Speaking of staying on course, it helps to have spending frameworks, your personal rules for how you decide when to spend or save. Think of spending frameworks as your guiding principles. Instead of saying, I need to cut back on eating out, flip it around. Decide what you'll always spend on because it brings value to your life. My favorite example is the book rule. If you're thinking about buying a book, just buy it. Don't waste time debating. One good idea from that book could change your life forever. That same mindset can apply to courses, hobbies, or tools that make you better. But as you learn, beware of one common trap: the endless search for advanced tips. Many people chase fancy strategies because it feels productive. It's easier to dream about running a marathon than to go for a 10-minute jog. But real progress happens by mastering the basics, consistently. Automation, steady investing, tracking spending, those are the unglamorous habits that create freedom, which leads to one of the most empowering truths in personal finance. You are in control. There's no magical rescue coming, no fairy godmother with a financial wand. You are the hero of your own money story. The moment you take control, set your goals, automate your systems, and stay disciplined, you stop being a passenger and start driving your future. And once you reach that level, something amazing happens. You start realizing that your version of a rich life may look very different from everyone else's. When you finally have control over your finances, you can live unapologetically. Maybe your dream isn't a big house or luxury car. Maybe it's working part-time and traveling the world. Once money isn't your primary constraint, you have the freedom to design life on your own terms. And that is where the real fun begins. And finally, the richest part of a rich life happens outside the spreadsheet. Money is a tool, not the destination. When you've automated your finances and built a solid foundation, the best rewards come from experiences, sharing meals with loved ones, exploring new places, helping others. That's the heart of wealth, living fully. Now that brings us to an interesting question. Would you rather be sexy or rich? It's funny how people obsess over looking fit, but the same principles that cause weight gain also apply to poor money habits. Gaining weight doesn't happen overnight, it creeps in ounce by ounce. Similarly, financial trouble grows dollar by dollar from small unchecked habits. People often prefer to argue over diet fads like avoid carbs or try keto, just as others debate about the latest stock tips or interest rates. We love to argue minutiae because it feels like we're doing something, but it's an illusion. When it comes to both food and money, the fundamentals are simple. For health, it's eat less, move more. For finance, it's spend less than you earn and invest regularly. Yet most people get distracted by noise, debates about crypto, exotic diets, or next big trends. We talk endlessly but rarely act. The truth? You don't need to be an expert to get rich, you just need to start. Small, consistent actions beat endless discussions every single time. But why is managing money still so hard for so many? There are a few reasons, and one big one is information overload. There's so much data, advice, and contradictory opinions out there that we freeze. We see articles about 401ks, Roth IRAs, and stocks, and instead of acting, we do nothing. Psychologists call this decision paralysis. But time is your most valuable asset, and starting early, no matter how small, beats waiting for the perfect plan. Imagine two people. Smart Sally and Dumb Dan. Sally invests $200 a month for 10 years and stops. Every financial site is filled with clickbait headlines like 10 tricks to save money fast or how politics will change your taxes forever. Those articles aren't written to help you. They're written to get your attention. Real financial progress isn't exciting. It's quiet, steady, and consistent. But we crave novelty, so we scroll and worry instead of acting. Worse, this feeds into something else that's spreading fast. Victim culture. Nowadays, many people find it easier to be cynical than to take responsibility. I can't save, the system is broken. I don't earn enough. Why bother trying? It's tempting to join that crowd because it removes personal accountability. But that mindset comes at a massive cost. It robs you of your power. The truth is, yes, life is unfair, and some people start with more advantages. But we can only play the cards we're dealt, and we can always choose how to play them. You don't need perfect conditions to begin, you just need to start where you are. I've met people who refused to join a simple, say $1,000 challenge, because they insisted it was impossible. Yet others in the exact same circumstances did it, and transformed their lives. The difference wasn't money, it was mindset. Some people look for results, while others look for excuses. The more you complain, the more you stay stuck. The moment you accept responsibility, everything changes. Now let's talk about some of the classic excuses people use. Some blame schools for not teaching personal finance. But most colleges do offer finance classes. You just didn't take them. Others blame credit card companies. Sure, they want to profit, but you can learn their rules and beat them at their own game. Fear is another big one. Fear of losing money. Fear of starting late. Fear of doing it wrong. But if you let fear run the show, you'll miss every opportunity. The key is automation. Set up your account so saving and investing happen even when you're not thinking about it. That's how you win when everyone else panics. Another excuse is, I don't want average returns. But in investing, average is actually great. People chasing better than average often end up performing worse, paying more fees, and stressing endlessly. In this game, boring and average beat flashy and risky every time. So let's put all the excuses aside. If you're not happy with your finances, the solution isn't out there. It's you. The same way diets fail because people won't stick to the basics. Financial plans fail because people don't take action. But imagine if you could consciously decide where every dollar goes. Imagine having a system that runs automatically. Your bills paid, savings growing, investments compounding. That's the freedom we're building toward. The key idea behind I Will Teach You to Be Rich is simple. Small steps create massive results. You don't need to master everything. Just start. The 85% solution says getting it mostly right is better than waiting to be perfect. Set up your system, make your first investment, and move forward. You'll make mistakes, and that's okay. They'll teach you faster than hesitation ever will. The real goal isn't to become a finance expert. It's to design a life where money serves you, not controls you. Spend freely on what you love, cut ruthlessly on what you don't, and stop trying to be perfect. Don't chase sexy investments. Choose solid, automated, long-term growth. Don't live in the spreadsheet. Live in the world. Once your system is in place, go live your rich life. And remember, play offense, not defense. Be proactive with your money, question everything, and take charge. By the end of this series, you'll see that being rich isn't about luck or genius, it is about taking control. So to recap, we began by defining a rich life as freedom to spend on what matters most. We learned about focusing on big wins, keeping investing boring, and earning more rather than endlessly cutting. We explored the importance of mindset, the trap of debating minutiae, the dangers of victim culture, and the power of action over excuses. We discovered that small, consistent steps, done early and automatically, beat perfect plans that never begin. And above all, we learned that money is a tool to design your life, not a scoreboard to measure it. Thank you for joining me in part 1 of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep supporting educational content like this. Together, let's keep learning, growing, and designing our own rich lives. Until next time, take control, start small, and live richly.